YouTubers and gamers, I'm back today with a pickup video. And first of all, before I start with the pickups, at the end of the last pickup video I did mention the fact that I picked up a nice minty PS2 Slim, a silver model, and there was a scratch on it, and rather stupidly I tried to remove that scratch using T-cut. T-cut on silver plastic is not a good idea by any means, and I've totally fucked up, and I removed some of the paint, sort of thumb size paint. But fortunately I did do a bit of work on it. I resprayed it, I used the sealer as well, and I pretty much near enough fixed it as well as I could do, really. So let me show you what I've done. This is a PS2. On the back there's very few marks, if hardly any, if at all. It's pretty minty, really. But on here there was a scratch about about a centimetre long, and I did try to remove it, and like I said, I fucked it up. So I should have done that, really. But anyway, I repaired it. I sort of got a silver paint, a silver satin paint, which is as near as match as I could get. Resprayed it. It didn't need primer or anything. It was quite a rough surface already, so it was quite okay for the paint to get its teeth in. So I've resprayed that. I sort of taped over where it says about the, I don't know, you can barely see it, it's very faint. It says that it plays CD-ROM and DTS and Dolby, all that bit. So I put a bit of tape over there not to lose that when I resprayed it. So I resprayed that half silver, and then once that's dried I removed the tape over there and resprayed it all, that half, with a sealer, just to add a bit more protection to it. It's not quite as smooth as the rest of the body, because it won't be, because I'm only using like domestic aerosols and not proper industrial ones, so we'll never get as perfect as that. But I don't know, looking at that, I think I've done an okay repair, actually. So I think I've made a good recovery on that, really. So lesson learned: never use T-cut on plastic. Okay, alright, other bits I've got. Pickups, I mean. I've got a handheld. This is a bit of a clone machine. It's a bit of an emulator, and that is for Sega Mega Drive Arcade Ultimate Portable. Now, you've probably seen lots of these, and there's a few out there, and I got these from Funstock, a sort of UK retro gaming store that deals in new equipment, and they're reduced from about £49 to £29. And what's good about this particular one is that, well, it comes with 20 good games, which is no big deal, really, because it also comes with an SD card slot, so you can actually download ROMs, and I've pretty much got on there every Mega Drive game out there that came out in English, really. So hundreds of games on there. So yeah, so it's pretty good. The console itself, and let's turn this on probably. The console itself is surprisingly better than I thought it would be, actually. The screen is nice and pretty. It's a pretty good screen. The buttons feel okay. It's a 6-button configuration, which is obviously useful for the fighters and so forth. The D-pad's pretty okay. You can navigate the menus fair enough, and it's got an audio phone socket, which you need, really, to use your own headphones, because the built-in speaker on this is pretty poor. That's the only major downside to this little device, is for the speaker. Aside from that, it feels okay. It's got a good battery life, and it's it's a bit more sturdy than I thought it would be, actually. The only other negative thing about it is even though you're playing ROMs and emulators of games, there's no save state function or cheat function, really. So that's the only downside to it, really. But then again, if you was playing on a Sega Nomad or a Retro Duo or on original consoles, you wouldn't have those functions either, would you? So it's not bad. For the money, I think it was worth it. So I'm quite happy to have that for the collection and to have a little play with. Okay, still with sort of non-games, I've got also another accessory. In my last video I showed you the Link or Legend of Zelda GameCube controller, and this is the same one made by the same people for Metroid Samus. The Samus controller. So yeah, it's I'm quite pleased to pick that up. It was only about £18 from Amazon, so yeah, it was good to have. Okay, continuing to games, I've got a PS1 game here, Colony Wars Red Sun, all boxed and complete. It was only about a couple of pounds, it was. Got a couple of DS games here, Shaun White snowboarding game. I also have the other Shaun White ones as well on the other systems. They're pretty good. That was only £2 from Cash Converters. Now this game is based on it's a bit of a hidden gem really. It's a platformer game very similar to Mario but slightly different, and it's quite cool actually. The gameplay looks great actually, and it really looks good. And the reason why I picked this up is that there's another version that recently come out on the PS4 which looks rather good. This game was already based on an older game which I think came out on the 8-bit computers. So I think it was like the Sinclair Spectrum and the Commodore and stuff maybe. And that is the Gianna or Gina, I don't know how you pronounce that, Gianna Sisters DS. And I said it is a bit of a platformer game, but if you can see on there, by almost look up any YouTube videos, it actually looks quite a pretty good game that. And so I think that cost me about £8 in the end, so I was quite pleased to have that, because I think that's definitely a hidden gem game to have. And at some point I will pick up that PS4 version as well. Okay, turning to the Sony PSP, I've got a couple of games here. Little Big Planet, all boxed and complete. That was only about £4 from CEX. Good to have that. This other game is it's an uncommon game. It's in some shops they want as much as £15 or £20 for it really, but I was pleased to actually pick this up, boxed and complete, for £8. And it's I think it's a sort of a God of War type, fighting type game I think. And basically it's the Undead Knights. It's one of the more expensive PSP games out there. Okay. Alright, one original Xbox game. This was only £1 in my local Cash Converters. I already got this on the PS2, but I thought as it was like the only Metal Gear game that came out on the Xbox, I believe I might as well pick it up for £1 or box and complete. So Metal Gear Substance, well, Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance. That was only £1, so that's not bad. One PS2 game I got here today. It's the second Wacky Races game, and this one's called Dastardly and Muttley. There is another one which I've also have, and that's all box and complete. Again, that was about £2. For Wii games, Epic Mickey 2. I also have this on the PS3 and also a Wii, I believe. Wii on the PS Vita. PS Vita, I've also got that on. So again, that wasn't a lot of money. I think that's about £3 or £4 that from the Cash Converters. Okay, this other game I got from CEX. It's got very, quite good reviews actually. I think a lot of people get it 4 out of 5 stars. And it's quite a strange looking game, and it is Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity. Again, that was only about £4 or £5 it was, and I don't know if it looks like an interesting or strange Wii game and it's got good reviews. I tend to try to pick them up really while they're relatively cheap. Okay, I've got a few PS3 games here. This one involves a PlayStation Move. It looks very pretty. It's very cheap. I think again it was about £6 from CEX, and that's a Puppeteer. Right, this game was new and sealed from Asda Living for about £7. Dead Island Escape. And this one was a bit more. This was about £17, which is a bit much for a PS3 game. I wasn't too half-sworn not to buy this, but it's not the most common game out there. But still, it's I don't know. It goes with my Teenage Ninja Mutant Ninja Turtles collection anyway. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Danger of Use. Right. I also have this on the 3DS, so yeah, probably not particularly good bargain there, but still, I thought I'll pick it up while I can still see it. Okay, alright, I got a couple of Wii games. Again, I've got this because I wanted to play it more than anything else. It's the retail price I paid for it, $29.99, so nothing special. Captain Toad, Adventure, Treasure Tracker. Yeah, what to say about that? Really, obviously, it's quite good reviews. It's a Nintendo game, and a lot of Nintendo games don't come down in price. So, I thought £29. It's going to be a long time before I see it any cheaper than that. I thought, and and I was also thinking, I hope I hope it doesn't get deleted like the Super Luigi a game that got deleted, and I guess that's rather expensive now. So I thought, oh, sorry, I'll get it. This other game is a game that's been reduced to half price in Argos. It's been out for a couple of years, and again, it's another Mario game, but I thought I'll get this one. I can get it for a reasonable price or sealed, and that is Mario and Sonic at the Sochi Games Winter Olympics. Right, lastly but not least is I've got 3 PS4 games. This is like a limited edition steelbox copy of the Order 1886. I got that for about £30 including postage, which it's not a bad price because this game still goes for a lot more than that in the shops. Really, brand new copies. They still want £45 or £50, believe it or not, for that. So. I thought a steelbook copy of that for 30 quid. I thought it was okay. Right, this game. It's not the most common PS4 game out there. It's not rare, but it's not the most common out there. And I got this for about £14 from Cash Converters, and that is Transformers: Rise of a Dark Spark. I have no idea if that's any good or not. No idea. I tend to collect all the Transformers games, so that's why I pick it up more than anything else. Okay, this other game is actually shown on the telly, so you probably you now know what it is. It's an unusual Japanese RPG stroke fighting game whereby the objective is you fight undead vampires, and in order to win the fight and kill them, you need to expose them to sunlight by somehow fighting them and stripping them of their clothing. Yes, it sounds a bit pervy, doesn't it? I've got it because it's got very good reviews and it's a good of a fighting game, really. And it's an unusual, strange game. I tend to pick them up, really. So obviously I'm not really, to get it because it's pervy. I mean, if you want pervy than this, you might as well just look on the internet. There's tons of stuff there. But anyway, so I've got this for a collection. Again, this is not one I will probably play in front of my daughter or the wife, and. But yeah, you can also get this on the PS Vita, I believe, as well, which I'll probably try to pick up one day when I get it for a price that isn't too expensive. It's a funny game. The title's a funny game. It's it's Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed. But the way they've done the logo, as you can see, is that they've done it highlighting the letter S. So most people read it as Akiba Strip. Yes, because essentially that's what's involved. Scantly clad characters. Yeah, different, but I think this was not by any means a cheap game, and to get a UK PS4 copy, again, it's not very common at all. So I saw this in CX, and it was a lot of money. Fortunately, I had some money off, a credit of about £5 or £6, but even then. Before we used my credit, it was about £35, which is a hell of a lot of money. I would not normally pay that for a PS4 game, unless it's something special. And I thought this one, it's one that's going to get harder to get. I think so. I think this would be a game that would definitely go up in value as opposed to go down in value. Yeah, so pleased to have that. Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed. Okay guys, that is all my pickups for today. I hope you liked the video, and as usual, if you do, please leave a positive thumbs up or leave a comment, and until my next video, which will probably end up being a collection video, I'll say au revoir, bye bye, and until then,